need. And that got him to the seven-figure level, but it really did not allow him to scale up and really get that hockey stick growth that we talk about. So the point is for everybody listening to the program, make sure that no matter what you do, you have to master your inner game and your outer game if you really want to get that hockey stick growth.
Absolutely. And as far as the inner game goes, you talk about the unconscious habits of highly successful people. What do you mean by that?
What I realized 26 years ago was that highly successful people are doing things unconsciously that they don't even know they're doing, and therefore they can never teach it to you. That's one of the reasons why people have spent so much money on all those gurus out there. And they're not necessarily saying anything wrong, but they're also not saying anything helpful. Let me give you an example. Imagine you're driving in your car and you're going to an unfamiliar place, someplace you've never been before. And you're trying to follow directions, but all of a sudden you're like, man, I don't know where I am. I'm lost. And you look at your phone and you realize that your GPS isn't working. You don't have service. And you're like, oh my gosh, I'm really lost. And so you see someone on the side of the road, you pull over, roll down your window and say, excuse me, can you tell me where I am? And they say, yeah, you're in a car. Okay, well, they didn't say anything wrong, but it also didn't help you at all. That's what a lot of the gurus are doing. They're not saying anything wrong, but it really doesn't help. And so what I realized many years ago was that highly successful people, I call them the naturals of success, are doing these habits unconsciously that they don't even realize that they're doing, and therefore they can never teach it to you. So that's what I call the power habits of unconsciously successful people. That's what a lot of my training is about. Like with Adam, that client I was just talking about, that's what I trained him on. And that's what have trained thousands of people on. And that's one of the reasons that I've helped my clients, add over $3 billion, because most people come to me after they've spent all this money on the gurus and they're like, how come I'm still stuck? How come I keep hitting that income ceiling? And I tell them, well, it's because of everything they left out.
Interesting. And on the flip side of the unconscious habits, you talk about head trash as being the number one reason people feel stuck. What is it and why is it keeping people stuck?
Right. So if you think about your goals, right? So for everyone listening to the program, think about your goals, right? And everybody talks about, oh, you got to set your goals. We've heard this a million times. But what most people don't realize is there's actually three types of goals. There's being, doing, and having goals. Now, what I mean by that is you have goals of being. I want to be happy. I want to be healthy. I want to feel fulfilled. I want to have peace of mind, right? So those are goals of being. Then you have goals of doing.